Very good morning, students. Today I am going to start one geography chapter from class 6. The first chapter, the Earth in the solar system. Students, you know that this is a common topic in class 6A. Means if we all are living on Earth, so we need to know about the Earth in details. Previously in class 5 also we have studied a little bit about it, but this time we are going to study it in complete sense. First of all, we need to know what is space. Before starting solar system, we need to know what is space. As you can see here in the screen, one image of space is there. Not only space, everything is there. Stars are there. This is a complete look from our Earth on the space. We can see whatever in this picture is there. So about first thing about which we are going to study, that is celestial bodies. Celestial bodies means the bodies which are visible in space, or they are moving in space. They are in space. That means they are all the objects, all the planets, all the stars. That means the things which are in space. They are called celestial bodies. First is our universe. As we have already studied that our universe is believed to have come into existence due to a gigantic explosion called Big Bang, which led to the formation of giant clouds made up of gases and dust called nebula. That means, according to Big Bang theory, one a big explosion happened, and at that time, giant clouds made up of gases they extract from that explosion, and that time they are called nebula. Later on, these nebulas are transformed into stars. These glowing bodies, such as stars, were born out of nebula. The sun, also a star, was born about 4.6 billion years ago. You have to learn about, or you have to remember this time, about 4.6 billion years ago. The sun, moon, and all other objects that shine in the sky at night are called celestial bodies. I told you, all the things, all the objects which are visible on sky or on space, they are called celestial bodies. Next, go to galaxy. The celestial bodies that produce their own heat and light, they are called stars. That means the celestial bodies which are producing their own light or giving their own light, they are called stars. Like one example is the sun. Millions of stars together make a galaxy. That means, just think about how vast the space is. Millions of stars together make a galaxy, and the universe comprises several million galaxies. Just think about millions of stars together, they are making one galaxy, and millions of galaxy they are making universe. The universe can be defined as all the existing matter and space, including the solar system, stars, and galaxies. The galaxy to which our solar system belongs is the Milky Way or Akashganga. I think all the students from class 5 have already studied this Milky Way and or Akashganga. That means this Akashganga is typical Indian name given, and the universal name is Milky Way. Next topic is stars and constellations. We have studied about stars. Now, what is constellation? Constellation means a group of stars. Group of stars together, they are called constellations. Astronomers have joined the stars in constellations by imaginary lines, giving them different shapes. So, who are astronomers? We need to study it first. Astronomers. Here you can see scientific observers of space and celestial bodies. The persons who study about space, actually, they are called astronomers, or they do research about the space. So Astronomers have joined the constellations by imaginary lines, and they have been given several shapes, imaginary shapes, not realistic. One such constellation is the Ursa Major, or it is also called the Great Bear, which can be easily recognized in the sky. In India, it is called Saptarsi or seven sages. The seven stars in this constellation form the shape of a spoon. The two stars at the end of the constellation are called pointers. You can see here two stars, they are called pointers. They always point towards the north. The brightest star in the sky is the pole star or the north star. It appears to remain in the same position in the sky, and all other stars and constellations revolve around it. Actually, uh, we belonging from solar system, and we our planet Earth is revolving around the sun. Like that, also this all the stars in our solar system are brightest star, pole star. All the stars are revolving around this pole star, right? The North Star is almost directly above the North Pole. Some informations are also there. Ursa Minor, Orion, Canis Major, and Hydra are some other well-known constellations. These are more names of constellations are given. Here you can see Saptarshi is there. It has several names: Ursa Major, Great Bear, and at last in India it is called Saptarshi. Apart from this one, here four more names are there: Ursa Minor, Orion, Canis Major, and Hydra. Let us go to the next topic, that is the solar family, the sun and its planets. We all are belonging to solar family. The Latin word sol means sun. Thus, solar means belonging to the sun. So, solar family means all the things which is belonging to only the sun. The solar family consists of the sun as the head of the family. That means in solar family, sun is the head of the family. The 8 planets and their satellites, asteroids, meteoroids, and comets, all of which revolve around the sun. So in solar system, the main powerful thing is the sun, and all the celestial bodies in solar system, they revolve around the sun. Let us find out more about them. First, we need to know about the sun, the largest member of our solar system, and the source of energy in our Earth or in solar system. The only source of energy, I can say. The sun is the center of the solar system and is also its largest member. It has a huge mass, that means the body, the area which it is covering, it has a huge mass, which gives it a powerful force of gravity. This is why the planets orbit the sun. That means the planets revolving around the sun. The planets are not revolving around other stars. In solar system, the planets or all the celestial bodies, they are revolving around the sun only, because sun has the highest or the strongest gravitational power. The sun is made up of intensely hot burning gases, mainly hydrogen and helium, and has a surface temperature of about 6,000 degrees Celsius. The surface temperature, the outer part of the sun, the surface is 6,000 degrees Celsius. It is the vital source of heat and light energy required by all forms of life on the earth. Without sun, the earth is nothing. The sun is about 150 million kilometers away from the earth. Its light takes about 8 minutes to reach us. So when the light extracted for the first time by the sun, it reached to earth after 8 minutes. Now about the planets. The word planet is derived from a Greek word that means wanderer. Wanderer means the person who moves from one place to another place without any perfect work, or without any perfect destination, just only wandering. So wandering means move from one place to another place without any destination. So the planets are so named because they revolve around the sun. There are 8 planets in the solar system. In our solar system, you can see this is the head of our solar family, the sun, and here 8 planets are there: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. These 8 planets are there. They are all revolving around the sun. They are all revolving, and they have their own what I can say orbit. Mercury is revolving in his orbit. Venus also is having its own orbit. Earth is also having its own orbit. It is also moving on its own axis also. The Earth is also moving on its own axis. We will read about it in details in the next chapter. But we are now going to read about only this about these 8 planets, how they are revolving. They are all revolving according to the distance they are covering, also according or because of the temperature or gravitational pull of the sun. In order of their distance from the sun, they are Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. The planets do not have their own heat and light. So some planets are looking brighter, or they can also glows in night sky. Why? What is the reason here? Only they reflect the light of sun. They are not having their own light. All the planets, they are not having their own light. They reflect the light of sun. All the planets are spherical in shape. These are their distinctive features. So let us read about some planets. First, Venus. Venus is the brightest object in the sky after the sun and the moon. So the brightest one is the sun. Next is moon, and next, that is the third brightest in our night sky. That is second brightest in night sky, because moon, and after that it is Venus. It is not a star or not a satellite. It is a planet which is reflecting the light of the sun, and it glows in night sky or at night sky. It is often called the morning star when it is seen in the sky before sunrise. So it can be seen before sunrise, and evening star when it is seen in the sky after sunset. So after sunset also it can be seen. That time it will be called evening star, and before sunrise also it can be seen. At that time it is called morning star. Mars has a reddish appearance and is referred to as the red planet. As Mars is red in color, reddish in color, it is also called red planet. Saturn has rings around it, as you can see here in the picture is there. You can see here the Saturn is having rings around it, and it looking so much attractive or beautiful. Next, Jupiter, Uranus, and Neptune also have rings around them. They are also having rings around them. Which one? Jupiter, Uranus, and Neptune. Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars are known as the inner planets, as they are made up of rocks. They are also called terrestrial planets. So let us see first 4 planets: Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. These 4 are called inner planets, and Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, these 4 are called outer planets. Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune are known as the outer planets. We also call them gas giants, as they are made up of gases with very small rocky cores. They are having very little core, that is rocky. The outer part is totally made up of gases. That is why these 4 planets are also called gas giants. The solar system has 5 officially recognized dwarf planets. Now, for the thing is, what is dwarf planet? Dwarf planet means celestial bodies with the mass that is neither that of a planet nor that of a satellite. So some planets are or some celestial bodies are there. They are not recognized as stars also, sorry, planets also, and neither they are planets nor they are satellites. These type of planets are or celestial bodies are called dwarf planets. They are Ceres, Makemake, Pluto, Aries, and Haumea. These five officially recognized dwarf planets because they are not having the total qualities of planets and not having the total qualities of satellites. Like again, I am repeating the names: Ceres, Makemake, Pluto, Aries, and Haumea. Actually, you will be surprised to know before some years, this Pluto was also recognized as the ninth planet in our solar system, but now it is a dwarf planet. Go to the next topic, our planet Earth. We are living on Earth, we should know about the Earth. The Earth is the fifth largest planet and the third nearest to the Sun. As you have seen in the solar system picture, Earth is third from the Sun. It is spherical in shape, slightly flattened at the poles. Flattened means it is what I can say. The length is bigger here, and bulged out at the equator. In equator, you can see it is totally gathering together. That means it is having a unique shape. The shape is described as oblate spheroid. Oblate spheroid, not actual spheroid. It is oblate spheroid, as it is what I can say flattened in polar areas like North Pole, South Poles, and bulked in what equator, that means the middle area. Let us read about the Earth. That means why only in Earth life is possible. There are 8 planets in our solar system, but only Earth is having the qualities for the existence of life. First quality which is having by the Earth is moderate temperature. The moderate temperature on Earth is favorable for planet and animal life. Moderate means not too hot, not too cold. In our Earth, you can see some hot places are there, now some cold places are there. Some places are there which are having hot and cold both. But the Earth is not like that. That the whole Earth is hot, or the whole world is the whole Earth is cold. So everything is here in our Earth. Hot weather is also visible. Not visible actually. Hot weather is also there. Cold weather is also there. So moderate temperature remains at that point when maximum point where life is possible. That means some parts of our Earth, also in some parts of our Earth, life is not possible. That doesn't mean that whole Earth is not available for our existence. That is why the thing is the line is there, moderate temperature. That means all types of temperatures are gettable here. Suitable atmosphere. The Earth is surrounded by the atmosphere which consists of gases such as nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, and ozone. You know about the ozone. Ozone is protecting us from ultraviolet rays, which is reflected by the sun or which is ejected by the sun, all of which are necessary for planet and animal life. We know that how much important oxygen is for not only for plants and not only for animals, both the whole world is very much depending on these gases. Presence of water, the most unique feature, the atmospheric, because gases are also, some types of gases are also available on other planets, but water, the atmospheric conditions on Earth support the existence of water in its liquid form. Due to this, water is available continuously for all living beings. So these 3 qualities, moderate temperature, suitable atmosphere, and presence of water. These 3 qualities, distinct qualities, are differentiating the Earth from other planets. Next, satellites. Other than the stars and the planets, you can also see the moon in the sky. The moon is the satellite of the Earth. Now we have to know about or who are called satellites, or the definition of satellites. The word satellite is derived from the Latin word satellis. Satell means companion or attendant who give you company. They are called satellites. So it is giving company to whom? To the earth. The earth is revolving around the sun, and along with the earth, the moon is also revolving around the sun, but it has its own orbit to revolve around the earth also. So satellites are small celestial bodies that revolve around the planets. Like the planet, they are also not having any type of heat and light. Like planets, satellites also do not have heat and light of their own. They reflect the light of the sun. Our satellite is the moon. The Earth has only one satellite, the moon. The diameter of the moon is about 1/4 of the diameter of the Earth. That means this is diameter. The diameter of the moon is about 1/4 of the diameter of the Earth. So it is 4 times smaller than the Earth. This is because it is closer to us than the sun, which is. Oh, the question is, why does moon appear as big as the sun? But the thing is, the satellite moon is 4 times smaller than the Earth. But in night sky, we can see it is looking like what? In daytime, the size of the sun, and at night, the size of the moon are equal. So why it is so? The question is that the answer is distance. The moon is only 3,84,400 kilometers away from the Earth. Sun is too much. That is why it is. They look both of same size, but they are not. The moon has no light of its own. What we see as moonlight is actually the sun's light reflected by the moon. The light reaches us in about 1.25 seconds. 1.25 seconds from the moon. The light takes 1.25 seconds to reach on Earth. The moon makes one revolution around the Earth in 27 days and 8 hours. The total time span of revolving around the Earth, 27 days, 8 hours. This time period is almost the same as the time it takes to complete one rotation on its own axis. That means the Earth is also rotating on its own axis. It is also taking the same time or approx same time. That is why, as a result, the same side of the moon is always facing towards us, because the rotation revolving, the Earth is revolving around the sun, but we are talking about here the rotation. Rotation means the Earth is also rotating on its own axis. So the rotation and the rotation of Earth and the revolution of the moon, they both takes place together. That is why only one side of the moon is visible from us. We are not able to see the other side of the moon from the Earth. The moon's surface is made up of rocks and there is no soil. There are mountain peaks, plains, craters on its surface. The thing is crater. What is crater? Craters are the holes which are created by explosions, by falling comets, asteroids, etc., etc. So making it extremely rugged. As a result, the reflection of sunlight from every part of moon's surface is not uniform. That means at night we can see that some dark patches are there in the moon, because some places, all the places are not even. So where the distance is, where there is a crater or a hole, from that part the sunlight is not reflecting like from the plain areas. So this is why when we look at the moon, we can see some dark spots on its surface, on the surface of the moon. Since the moon has no atmosphere, the days are very hot, whereas the nights are extremely cold. Scientists have sent many spacecrafts to the moon to gather more information about it. Some of the names are given here. We can see what is human-made satellites. Many human-made satellites have been sent to the space for various purposes. What are the purposes? These satellites are used to improve communication system on Earth, or to conduct research on minor planetary movements and send information to scientists on the Earth. So these human-made satellites are controlled by the human beings or the computers from Earth. And what they do, they improve the communication system from Earth to the other celestial bodies, or conduct research what type of things are happening on outer space. This type of all the interplanetary activities are being sent to the Earth by the satellites or human-made satellites. Next celestial body, that is asteroids. What is asteroids? Asteroids, also known as planetoids, are small celestial bodies similar to the planets. So they are also similar to planets. They revolve around the sun in their own elliptical orbit. They have their own orbit, so they are also revolving around the sun like the planets. Their orbits lie between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter. So the two planets, Mars and Jupiter. Let us go to the image. We can see here Mars and Jupiter, right? Wait 1 minute. Here you can see Mars and Jupiter. This space, asteroids are moving around the sun in this way. It has its own orbit. Clear now? Now let's go to our topic. There are about 40,000 such asteroids, the largest of which is Ceres. These asteroids are believed to be the fragments of former planet that exploded after its formation. So the former planets with the nearest planets which are there, actually they also believe that these asteroids are the parts of the planets which are created during that explosion. That means exploded after its formation. That means not from the sun actually, or not from this Big Bang theory. It is created. It is created according to Big Bang theory. The solar system and the planets, all the planets, celestial bodies are created. But after the creation of the solar system, from some of the planets, again the explosion took place, and at that time, this type of celestial bodies came out from the main planet, the main part of the planet, and they are revolving around the sun on their own axis. Next, meteoroids. Meteoroids are small pieces of rocks that revolve around the sun. They are not planets, actually they are rocks. Some of these particles enter the Earth's atmosphere with great velocity. Due to friction with the atmosphere, they get heated up and start glowing. When they are coming from upper side to lower side, they get heated up because of the speed they are coming through the air. They heated up and start glowing. Most meteors burn out in that extremely heat or extreme heat. Most of the meteors they get burnt out, but some are quite large and fall on the Earth's surface, creating a hole or a crater. As I told, the hole which is created by the falling meteoroids, it is called the crater. The picture is of given Arizona, meteor crater Arizona. They are then called meteorites. The meteor crater in Arizona in the United States of America has been found by a large meteorite. Next is comet, and the last topic. What are comets? Comets are glowing celestial bodies that revolve around the sun. There is a question that confusion creates. All the things, these three things, you can see asteroids also moving around the sun, meteoroids also moving around the sun, and the comets are also moving. The three basic differences are asteroids are like planets, meteorites are stones, and comets are glowing celestial bodies that revolve around the sun is elongated orbits. They are mostly made up of dust. So the first one is made up of like planet, second one is stone, and next one is dust, ice particle, and gas. So they don't create any type of fire. Actually, they glow. They give light. When they approach the sun, the gases get heated up and they start glowing. For example, Halley's comet. Here, a comet in the sky. The picture is given. They are giving splendid light and making the space also looking attractive. So that is what in this chapter. I have already completed this chapter. So let's go through this chapter very carefully, try to solve the questions. Also, I will give you the exercise answers in no time. Thank you.